Hi, dear students. I am Sridhar from Government Women's College, Tumkur. Today, I am going to make a video on Hamiltonian and stationary states in quantum mechanics prescribed by Tumkur University for third BSc students in paper 7. So, before going to explain the concept, I would like to request you to subscribe our channel Sri Tutor. Also, hit the bell icon to get the notification of the recent updates of the video. So now let us start the uh, Hamiltonian. So in quantum mechanics, the Hamiltonian is an operator just like a mathematical operator. So in the previous classes, we are discussed about the operators. It is a one type of an operator. So when this operator operates on any wave function described by the any quantum state, then we'll get the total energy of that quantum system. So now this quantum mechanics, this Hamiltonian in quantum mechanics, which corresponds the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy. So the total energy nothing but the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy. So whatever the wave function which describes the quantum state, so in which the number of particles may present in that system. So then when this operator operates on such wave functions, you will get the total energy or the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy of all the particles presented in that system. So usually we use the letter H cap or the symbol H cap to denote the Hamiltonian. So H cap we use for the operator and H is the Hamiltonian. So H cap will Hamiltonian operator. By the same analogy we used in the classical mechanics. In the classical mechanics, we define the Hamiltonian is nothing but the sum of the kinetic energy and the potential energy. So whatever the concept explained in the classical mechanics, we use in the quantum mechanics also. So by the analogy with the classical mechanics, so what we are expressed the Hamiltonian as the sum of the kinetic energy and the potential energy. So here H cap will be equal to T cap plus V cap. Here T cap is the kinetic energy and V cap is the potential energy of the particle. So here I said the V cap is the potential energy V. So it is a function of spatial coordinates x, y, z and also the time. It depends. So as the position is changes and as the time elapses, the potential energy of the particle may change. So therefore the potential energy is a function of the spatial coordinates and as well as the time. So now we want to express the kinetic energy operator in terms of the quantum mechanical description, because whenever we have know that kinetic energy of a particle under motion is kinetic energy of a particle of mass m and moving with a velocity v, then for such particle the kinetic energy is half m square. So as per the classical mechanics is concerned, so it is half m square. So if and also we can express in terms of momentum also by multiplying divided by m, you will get the p square divided by 2m. And here the m is constant, but we can express the momentum. So for a momentum, it has an operator. In quantum mechanics, we have an operator for this momentum. So therefore, the momentum operator can be a substitute for the p. So therefore, in terms you want to be express the kinetic energy as an operator, so it will be the momentum operator divided by 2m, momentum operator square divided by 2m. So we know that the momentum operator is minus ih cross. So we have to be write this minus inside the bracket, minus IH cross whole square. So I is the imaginary number, it is the square root of minus 1, so therefore I squared is the minus 1 minus minus 1, and minus whole square is, it is a plus, so therefore you will get minus h cross square divided by 2m into, it is del square, not a delta, you have to be write as a del operator you have to be write not delta, so del square. So this is the kinetic energy operator, and also we know that the P cap is equal to minus IH cross delta. This delta has to be right here, not this del has to be right here, not delta it is. So P cap is equal to minus IH cross del. It is a momentum operator. So now the Laplacian operator. So del squared is the Laplacian operator. What we are get the kinetic energy operator, so in which the del squared is there. So that del squared of is the Laplacian operator. It is a scalar operator. So del is the vector operator. Del dot del is the scalar product of the two vector. It is a del squared. It is a scalar operator. So therefore del squared is equal to dou squared by dou x squared plus dou squared by dou y squared plus dou squared by dou z squared. So therefore the Hamiltonian operator can be written as h cap is equal to minus h cross square divided by 2m del squared plus v of RT, because the potential energy is a variable under the spatial coordinates and also time. So this is the Hamiltonian operator we used in quantum mechanics. And let us discuss about this operator when this operates on any wave function described by the any state, quantum state. So let us consider such a wave function which describes the any quantum state. Let us take the psi of r. So psi of r, it is a function of a spatial coordinate. So then when this operator h cap operates on such wave function, so h cap of psi is equal to minus h cross square divided by 2m del squared into psi. In the RHS side have to be multiplied with this psi plus v of r into psi. So here you can observe RHS term is minus h cross squared by 2m del squared psi plus v of r into psi. That is the RHS term. You can observe that that term is a time independent Schrodinger equation. So that term is the time independent Schrodinger equation that will be equal to E into psi. So whatever we derived in the previous videos or in the classes, so we got the expression for the time independent Schrodinger equation. So that is minus h cross squared by 2m del squared psi plus E minus v into psi is equal to 0. That term, in that term, we can rewrite this. You will get this term, the RHS term will be equal to E into psi. So now, therefore, we can write the when the operator, Hamiltonian operator operates on wave function, so which is equal to En into psi, or whatever the RHS term is there, that is equal to En. So thus the psi of r is the energy eigenfunction. So we can say that whatever the function psi describes the quantum state, that is an eigenfunction, because when the operator operates on such wave function, you will get a constant with the function. So here the En we got the constant function which is multiplied with the wave function psi. So therefore we can say that psi is an eigenfunction of h cap. So when this h cap operates on such any wave function which gives a constant with the same wave function, so therefore En we can say that is a eigenvalue of the Hamiltonian eigenvalue. So now we can discuss about the expectation value of such a Hamiltonian function. So expectation value of h is, we have the expression, the expectation value are nothing but the average value of any physical observable which describes the any quantum state. So here the Hamiltonian is nothing but the total energy. The total energy of that quantum system, whenever we want to calculate the expectation value is nothing but the average value of the total energy, we can say. So there is a formula, you know that the expectation value of any physical observable, which is equal to integral of minus infinity to infinity psi star h cap psi into dr. So whatever the physical observable is there, its operator has to be multiplied with the psi star and psi. So with the integral from minus infinity to infinity. So now we know that h cap psi is the En into psi. So when this operator operates on the wave function, so you will get the total energy value En into psi into dr. So En is the total energy of the system, which is constant. So En into integral from minus infinity to infinity. Psi star psi is the psi squared, the magnitude of psi squared into dr. You know that the psi squared integral from minus infinity to infinity psi squared dr is the probability of finding the particle, and it is equal to 1 because we are taken the limits from infinity minus infinity to the plus infinity. So therefore it is equal to 1. You will get the En. Similarly, if you calculate the expectation value of h square, h is a Hamiltonian square. So then if you did the same procedure as earlier, you will get the En square. Expectation value of h square is equal to En square. So the variance of h, so variance, there may be a variance in any physical observable. So in quantum mechanical system, to calculate the variance in any physical observable, we use the formula, that is the del squared of the physical observable, whatever the physical observable, we can write that physical observable in the subscript. So therefore sigma h square, the variance of the Hamiltonian h, so that is equal to the expectation value of h square minus expectation value of h whole square. So that is, there may be a variance in that physical observable. If we calculate that, that for the Hamiltonian operator, you will get that will be equal to 0. The variance of the physical observable Hamiltonian is 0. So therefore the quantum system or quantum state has a definite total energy. So there is a definite total energy for that quantum system. So this is about the Hamiltonian. We now in the next class we may go to discuss about the stationary states and energy eigenvalues. Okay. Thank you. For any queries, you can ask the questions in a comment box. So I will explain and try to understand you to my level best.